first grade, we're going to continue our economics lesson with a book that demonstrates the needs and the wants differences. The story is called Pennies for Elephants by Lita Judge, and we're going to do a writing activity after this. You will follow another video. So here we go. I'm going to read the story first. Pennies for Elephants. Pennies for elephants, pennies for elephants. Send in your pennies, your nickels and dimes. Henry, look! Elephants! I'd only seen elephants once in real life, when Grams took Henry and me to the circus. They were my favorite. Henry's too. The Boston Post, March 9th, 1914. 3 trained pachyderms for sale. Mr. and Mrs. William Orford, noted animal trainers, are retiring from show business. City can't afford to buy the elephants for the zoo, but Orfords agree to give the children of Boston 2 months to collect $6,000. Just imagine, kids, you could ride elephants at the zoo someday. Come on, Dorothy. Henry grabbed my hand and raced towards home. When Henry got an idea in his head, it was like fuel to a Studebaker. Get your piggy bank, he said, breaking open his own. Pennies and nickels spilled to the floor. Grams took us to the Boston Post, where they were collecting money for the Elephant Fund. Henry and I plopped down $1.14, our entire life savings combined. That night, it snowed. London Zoo offers $6,000 on the spot for trained elephants. Must earn the money now, no time to waste. 3 cents from 3-year-old Anna, 25 cents from Anthony, his movie money. I'd much rather go it to the Elephant Fund. 5 cents from Jimmy, the nickel the tooth fairy left me for his front tooth. 18 cents from Francis to buy part of Tony's ear so he will hear me when I visit him at the zoo. $1.14 from Henry and Dorothy. They contributed their life savings. I woke Henry early the next morning. Usually I hated shoveling snow, but not that day. We knocked at all the neighbors' doors and offered to clear their stoops for a nickel. News about the elephants must have spread through the city, because there was a whole army of us kids shoveling snow. All proceeds go to the elephants, we cheered. Every morning we searched the paper for news about the elephants, and we always discovered something. We can visit them at the stables, Henry said. West Coast Circus offers to buy elephants. Kids of Boston only raise $1,230 so far. Henry and I went to see Molly, Waddy, and Tony right away. We can't let the circus take them, I told Henry. We have to do more. Henry and I decided to host the biggest costume party anyone had ever seen, and charge admission, of course. Everyone was invited to dress like their favorite zoo animal. I trained Beatrix to do tricks. At least, I tried. Brother and sister, Henry and Dorothy, earned 87 cents hosting Elephant Fund Party. 5 cents from Emily as she irons handkerchiefs for her mother. 15 cents from Ethel, who runs errands for her auntie. 67 cents from Walter, who bakes cupcakes and cookies to sell at his father's shop, and 48 cents from Amanda, who sells homemade fudge door to door. Then the Boston Post invited Henry and me to a tea party with Molly, Waddy, and Tony. Molly and Waddy did tricks. Baby Tony reached into my pocket for the sugar cubes I had hidden as a treat. Grams laughed so hard she spilled her tea. $3,000 halfway, shouted the paper boy. Still 3,000 to go. Soon, so many of us kids refused to spend their own money. The theater started hosting moving picture shows with ticket sales going to the Elephant Fund. The Boston Post. 700 to go. Only 2 weeks left to raise the money. Kids from all over New England now join the effort as news of the elephants spread. They send in money from Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. Baby Tony contributes shiny dime to his own fund. It's true. Tony, that clever little elephant, found a dime while playing in his stable yard. Children of New England have done it. More than $6,000 raised for the Elephant Fund. Come to Fenway Park next Saturday for the great event. Huge crowd expected. More than 50,000 children sent money. Governor will present elephants to Mayor Curley on behalf of the children. The elephants are going to parade through Boston. Marching bands and drum corps, the whole works, Henry read. We raced to the Boston Post and signed up to be in the marching band. I told baby Tony about the parade and the governor coming and how many people would be there. I told him every detail over and over again so he wouldn't be nervous. At last, the day had arrived. Every seat was filled, and crowds spilled out onto the field as we marched into Fenway Park. Molly, Waddy, and Tony trumpeted so loudly they sounded like their own brass band. Then the governor presented the elephants to the mayor. He tried to be very serious, but when Tony searched his pockets for a treat, everyone laughed. We kids had done it. All of Boston cheered. Molly, Waddy, and Tony were home to stay. Have any of you ever been there in Boston? Gift from the children of New England. Look what they're doing. So think about the difference between a need and a want. And if there is something that you want, how can you earn money to get it? So watch the next video for the writing activity.